What's up, y'all? So let's get right into this weekend's drama. Shalita Savage, who is Clarissa's cousin, has gone live talking about the experience that she had while trying to bury her grandmother. Just for clarity, this is Clarissa's cousin. The woman that passed away, rest in peace, is her grandmother, right? Shalita's grandmother. But that's Clarissa's great grandmother. When Shalita tried to go to the services that they had for her grandmother, she was, told that she couldn't enter because they tried to tell her that the people at Serenity, where the services were being held, are the ones that did not want her there. But she corrected the police officers, telling them that Clarissa had hired security and that's who was trying to keep her out of the funeral. Imagine going to your grandmother's funeral and your cousin that you are beefing with, or that's beefing with you, is trying to not allow you access. Mind you, Shalita said that she took care of her grandmother when she was ill, right? And then when she gets to the services, somebody telling her that she can't go in. Long story short, Shalita said that she had, made some threats and, got into it with security, but she ended up going into the services. Now, we all know there are people that's going to doubt the story that's being told, because anytime Shalita has come out with anything, there have been people that didn't believe what she was saying, right? And this sounds crazy, right? Like, not even Clarissa Shields would try to keep a family member out of a funeral, right? Wrong. Her sister, pictured here, named Bree, also came out and corroborated what Shalita was saying. As it turns out, Bree said that she didn't even want to go to the funeral. And she said Clarissa paid her way to fly with her, only to be her backup to fight Shalita, because Clarissa knows that she can't fight Shalita because she's a professional boxer. So when Bree did not agree with Clarissa and take Clarissa's side in this mess that she had going on, Bree and Clarissa got into it. Okay. So here's the thing. And I would have put the clips of the ladies talking about it, but they was just cursing too much. It was too much to try to edit the curse words out. So I was like, forget it. I'll just summarize like what I saw. At the end of the day, you got to be a pretty jacked up person to, go into a situation where you've lost a family member and you trying to keep another family member out. Then you try to solicit the assistance of yet another family member about keeping this family member out, and then get mad when they're not going along with your plan. Brianna said that the type of person Clarissa is, she like to throw her money around, and she wants you to then be at her beck and call, basically. So she felt like because she paid her way to the funeral, then she's supposed to do what she says. She said Clarissa is controlling, and that she wasn't going for it. And so instead of her flying back down to Atlanta with Clarissa after the services was over, she decided to take a bus. That's how upset that she was. Like, if anybody ever rode a bus long, like any distance, it's crazy. It takes forever. So instead of taking a plane that you didn't have to pay for back down to Atlanta from Flint or wherever the services were for the great grandmother, she rode a bus back. Come on now. That's insane. But y'all want to sit here and talk about, oh, y'all just be hating on Clarissa, leave Clarissa alone. Y'all just mad because she this, that, and the other. Come on. It's nothing like that. You just have to call it as you see it. Like Shalita said, that she paid more for her security to try to keep her out than she paid towards the grandmother being buried. In fact, the grandmother, they had the service for her and then put her back in the freezer. Lord have mercy. Because the family was struggling with trying to get together on paying whatever they owed to the funeral home for, the burial and the plot and everything like that. Shalita did say that on Wednesday this coming week, I think the grandmother would be buried, but she would still not have any plot or anything that marks where she is. So at some point they're going to have to come up with the money for that. Now Miss $8 million over here talking about how she spent 90,000 on her bracelet and all this foolishness here, how rich she is. She done went out and bought a Corvette and all this stuff right here. You can't even pay whatever it was for your grandmother not to be put back in a freezer after the services. You paid for security to keep your cousin out of the funeral, the cousin who that's her grandmother, her dad's mother, and your great grandmother. Seriously? Are you serious? Okay. That's why I can't with her. So in case y'all was wondering where Pat was and all this mess, right? He wasn't there. Of course he wasn't there. Let Shalita tell it. The family don't like Pat. They don't want him around. And there's apparently people on standby to handle him if he shows up anywhere near them or where their family is. So there's that. Um, Moving on. He was in Puerto Rico doing some Win Records promotional type thing. Like basically it looks like they're trying to get the Win Records network off the ground by covering a fight that was in Puerto Rico. And so as you can see, this is just a hot mess. At the end of the day, like I get it that, they had some family drama, whatever. I don't recall seeing a post or anything that Papoose was like, condolences to the family, nothing. He's sitting here promoting the Win Records joint. I guess if it's work related, okay, whatever. But still, it's just, I don't know. This whole thing with him and Claressa is weird. The family dynamic is terrible and tragic. It's just a mess. And to bring this to the forefront of your career, basically, the foolishness that be going on, it's just not a good look. It's really not. People can support who they want to support. I'm not here to tell anybody how to feel or what to think, just sharing my perspective on it. It just doesn't look good. Um, it seems forced to me now more than ever, the reason why Pap is around, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you can decide how you respond to things. Like, do I necessarily agree with Shalita telling all of Claressa's business like this and, coming and sharing it with the world? No, because I wouldn't want my family sharing my business either. At the same time, it's like, you know, if you were being done wrong by said family member and then they try to act like they just, oh, they're above all the mess, they're above the drama. Anytime there's any issues, they're never the cause of it. Everybody's always picking on them. They're so innocent. That would potentially be the catalyst for why we're hearing all this information. There is no way that security should have been hired to keep this girl out of her grandmama's funeral. Period. I don't care what's going on. You know what I mean? If anything, it just leads back to when Claressa allegedly had Shalita set up a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? Because why would Claressa feel the need to have security there to keep Shalita out and bring her sister there for backup to fight her allegedly? You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm not gonna say, like, it's not even alleged. That's what Bree and Shalita are saying. So it's like, girl, but this is who people are supporting though. You know what I'm saying? This is who Pap decided to be with. You see what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me. I mean, to me, it just lets us further know what kind of person he is. He either, if he really do love this and love her, then, so be it. But at the end of the day, it's all just very weird. It's very toxic. And it's just, again, this is taking the focus off of her fighting. This is taking the focus off of her career. And at this point, if she doesn't want to box anymore, that's cool. If she don't want to put her career at the forefront of her public image, that's fine too. But don't expect anybody to not pay attention to it and to not speak on it. That be my whole thing. Like, all of this mess is going around. You doing all this craziness, it's coming out, and then you expect people to not have an opinion on it. You expect people not to say anything. You expect people to spend money with you, support you, but this is the type of foolishness you doing. That's all I got for now. As I'm recording this, Shalita does have another live that she is doing that I may review once I pick through it and see what I can use. But y'all let me know what y'all think. This is a shame that at a family, a family is supposed to be in mourning is dealing with this type of foolishness.